Welcome back. Oh, yeah, first of all, I can't believe it's June. I just realized it's the sixth month. We're almost back around to winter, and it hasn't even gotten to be summer. Oh, man. Well, you know, throughout the year, tracking your finances, understanding what you can do throughout the year is very important. And, well, first, welcome back, Boyce, Goff from GDC Financial Solutions, one of our truly great friends of the show. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Yourself, Ben?
I'm very good.
Good.
Very good. You know, June gloom. I mean, today I've never seen it rain so hard in June that I can remember.
Well, you know, it's rather interesting. I looked at the calendar this morning and said, it's only the 5th of June?
I know. The sun's going to come out in like August.
But like in May, I was going, it's the 31st of May. Oh, golly, where's the year going? You know?
Yeah.
Sitting there going, oh, my gosh, now it's going to slow down, and it's going to be rainy, and it's going to be cloudy, and it's going to be, oh, great.
Well, you got to pick up a little golf, and then you got stuff to do in the summer, boys.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, enough about the weather. So, you know, Boyce, you've had your own CPA firm for quite a while. Really worked from taxes, both sides of the desk. But also, you know, you really help your clients, and you help people in general, not just around tax time, but kind of manage their finances throughout the entire year. What are some things you're working with people on here now that we're in June?
Well, a lot of things that we look on in general issues for clients is, what are you doing about updating your family budget? You know, are you doing any planning like that? Are you trying to reduce your expenses? And are you saving more? Are you, one of the things that we always try to talk to clients, and, you know, it's kind of a morbid subject, but do you have a list of what happens when I die? What does my spouse need or my significant other or friends or family need in the event of my death? How about a list of the things such as insurance policies, bank accounts, bank account numbers, safe deposit boxes, annuities, retirement accounts, anything like that? And is your coverage current? Are you protected in the event of your death? I mean, I can't tell you how many times over the years that I've heard the sad stories where, we had a very good friend of mine that was a doctor that worked with a brain surgeon. A guy right out of school, finished his fellowships and everything, had a great career promise, and all he only put $70,000 into a retirement plan, went over the handlebars of his bike, and he was dead. Okay, died 3 days later. I mean, totally unexpected. He was 37 years old, you know, from that standpoint, 2 kids and a wonderful wife. And all they had was $70,000 set aside. No insurance, no wills, no nothing. That creates a huge problem for the surviving spouse. So we really work with our clients. You know, what's your estate plan? What are you trying to do from that standpoint? Have you got it covered? Have you got the wills there? In other words, are you prepared in the event of a catastrophe? Not that we're hoping that you're going to die, but are you prepared?
That's good, Boyce. I'm glad you're not hoping people are going to die.
Sometimes it might be to our good.
That would have been weird. So, you know, just understanding what people can do if they die. I mean, it's even just having all your stuff in one place.
Absolutely. You know, I had one client come in recently that I had to respect her husband who passed away the first part of March, and she was in my office the end of March, brand new referral. She walked in, she handed me a binder and said, there's everything my husband had prepared in the event of his death. Now, he knew he had cancer and he knew he was going to pass away, but it had everything in it. We were prepared the tax returns, we were able to do the estate work and everything else. It was a snap.
Otherwise, it truly, I mean, it could be a massive, massive project, let alone you might not even know that you have stuff.
That's right. I mean, you have things that pop up a couple of years later. Oh, by the way, where's this bank account? You know, where did this come from? Oh, that's right. That was a bank account that Grandma had, you know. So it's those important things that you need to have there. Other things, you know, update your wills. When was the last time you updated your will? Given the way the legal environment is changing, particularly on estates and wills, you really need to have your will looked at about every 3 to 5 years. One of the things that's very important is that medical directive. Because if that's not updated, you know, the new rules say the doctors can do whatever they need to do to keep you alive. And, of course, that gets really expensive for your family. So get that out. Okay. Also, before or after major events, births, deaths, grandchildren, divorces, marriages, etc., update the wills, update life insurance policies, update disability policies, and things like that for beneficiaries. If you go through a divorce, you got to make sure all those beneficiaries are changed, because you may be ending up giving money to people that you don't want to have the money. Had a client that's exactly what happened is she went through a divorce, and her husband hadn't changed the will, and he died in a car accident, and his new wife was trying to get the money out of his ex-wife. The answer was, what part of no don't you understand?
I bet. Let's get on the non-morbid side here.
Yes, let's get on that.
Because there's a lot people can do to just review their spending habits, prepare budgets, and even reduce or eliminate services they're not using. Do you work with people on that budgeting aspect?
Absolutely. One of the things we do is we sit down and say, all right, give us a rough idea of what it costs you on a month-to-month to live. And when I say that is, I'm not so interested in how much you're spending on clothes and food and things like that. What does it cost you on a month-to-month basis to live? Let's just get one big nut. I also try to tell clients that trying to be a very detailed budgeter is like financial dieting. 1 month you're going to drop off the budget and you're going to not go back on it because you feel embarrassed. It's just like you're on a diet, and next thing you know is there's that chocolate pie or chocolate cake, and you want to eat it, and then you feel guilty, and so you eat some more.
We had donuts in our office today, speaking of diets, and somebody brought by. And, I'm always thinking, man, we should have, like, carrots in there, walnuts or, celery. And the guy brought literally a box of donuts. And you're right, you can only walk by the box of donuts. So I made it by 2 times. And then here's the funny thing about donuts. Everybody cuts off, like, a little piece, like they're not going to go back for the following one, right? But it makes you feel better. It's probably a little bit like the financial dieting.
That's right.
You start with going out to eat when maybe you didn't budget for it, and then you buy some new clothes, and then next thing, it's just this. Next thing you know, you ate a whole donut.
Yeah, as you walk by that donut box, it goes, eat me, eat me.
I swear. It's like the top, and then you see the maple bar, and you're like, man, I can't not eat a maple bar.
It can't be there by itself.
Yeah, it needs a place to go.
Yeah. We can't let that thing.
And then if you wait till the next day, this gets hard and kind of stale on top, and then you've wasted a maple bar.
I have a trick for you. Microwave.
Yeah? Oh, my goodness. All right.
Anyway, let's get on to the other things. It's a lot of times people will buy stuff like, for example, technology is improving so fast nowadays. Remember the days when we all had our own telephone lines into our house? Well, how many people have a phone into their house nowadays? Even with the Comcast and Infinity and things like that, why do you even need a home line? I mean, everybody's got a cell phone. My wife and I got rid of ours a long time ago. What about things like on cable? You're watching, you've got cable. You've got 500 channels there. You're paying the top of the price for everything. And how many of those channels do you watch? Well, go back to the cable company and say, hey, let's trim this down. There's a lot of things here that I don't need. Do you really need Netflix?
It's the worst. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I don't need to rant about Netflix.
Yeah, we can.
What the sugar high I'm on from all the donuts I ate.
That's right. Internet services. How many internet services do we have that we really don't need? Go through and look at those. It may be $10 here or $15 here or $25 over there, but before you know it, that ends up being, $1,200-$1,500 a year. Gym memberships. Oh, this is the great one. I know that you went out right after the first of the year and got a gym membership because you had to get off that Christmas high.
I did.
Yeah. And when was the last time you were over there?
I was there this morning at 5:15 in the morning.
Was he, Heather?
Yeah, I go every morning.
I don't keep track of him that hardcore, but I know he's slimmer. Have you seen him lately?
I go, I'm 5:30 in the morning at Columbia Athletic Club, man.
Well, good for you.
For most people, I definitely say it's not the same.
That's right. And so you end up with those gym memberships that you don't go to, and they're very expensive gym memberships. Hey, if you're not going to do it, get out of it. Walk around the block, save the money. In fact, just look at it this way. I'm going to pay you $100, $150 a month to walk around the block, Auto and home insurance. Go through and have those things looked at every so often because it's amazing how much, like, for example, my wife and I moved in town, 22 miles out of town, and moved in town. And now I walk to work or she walks to what she wants to do. Come to
the mall.
Yeah, the mall. No, my wife's very good about that. But she walks to the library and et cetera. And you come to find out that, we're only driving about 100 miles a month. Whereas before I was driving 100 miles a week. Or 200 miles a week, filling up the gas tank every week. And now I filled it up about once every other month. And so all of a sudden, I picked up the phone, called my insurance company, and say, hey, I'm driving the car only, 4,000 miles a year. Okay, fine. That's a reduction in your insurance premium.
Yeah. Boys, we have to go to break. Yeah. But, a couple other big things like we're seeing right now is mortgage rates. Because right now, mortgage rates they're the absolute lowest they've ever been. We've been locking loans in the 3s on 30-year fixed loans. It's incredible. And in fact, we just did a video blog on YouTube at youtube.com/mortgageresourcetv, which you probably saw, all about trying to figure out why people don't see enough benefit when it's $200 or $300 a month they could be saving. It's part of that financial checkup I think you're talking about.
Like you say, $200 or $300 a month spread over a year. That's $2,400 over 10 years. That's $24,000. That's college education money.
Yeah.
Et cetera.
Or retirement.
Or retirement. Anyway.
Yeah. So, thanks so much for joining us. We do have to go to break. Again, Boyce Goff, CPA, owner of GDC Financial Solutions. When we come back, we're talking about budgets with Boyce, but guess what? We also have to make sure we're budgeting for other things like remodeling. How do you make sure that you can stick within some of your budgets? When we come back, we'll get some tips. You're listening to Brashenomics.